Good morning everybody. Today explain about virus. Vital information resource under second. The virus is a computer program that can copy itself and it can infect other programs in computer by modifying them without permission or knowledge of your user or computer. Okay, suppose the virus is attacked in our computer. Okay, all files are damaged in our computers. The important files is the damaged in our computer. Number of types of viruses. Okay, every virus is I will explain each topic and the history of virus. The virus is a Latin word which means poison. Adolf Meyer described for the first time diseases of tobacco plant. Russian botanist in 1992 explained the sap of Mesoko tobacco plant is capable of the diseases healthy tobacco plant after it had been passed through the bacteria proof filter. Okay, the viruses is the same. The computer viruses are different. Viruses are simple virus. The first virus is the simple virus. Okay, different viruses of different types of viruses. The first one is the simple virus. This type of virus get activate in our computer when the program is launched. This control of computer. The make application jump into to different environment keep the cycle containing up to end of the task. Suppose you have one computer, you are working on designing work and documentation work, anything, and audio files and video files stored in our computer. Suppose the simple virus attacked in our computer, when the program is launched, this total control in our computer. They make application jump one drive to another drive, one location to another location, the different environment keeping the cycle continue up to ending of the task. This is nothing but the simple virus. Next one, encrypted virus. This virus is the distributes code of program which create a ciphertext and the signature of the specific sequences of the data. They are responsible for the scrambling of signature, making it difficult for viruses scanning software and detect. Okay, suppose ciphertext and scrambling signatures. This is the sequence of the data. The total information. Okay, the virus is attacked, damaged in our computer. The boot sector virus. Target is the boot sector of all drive and crucial effects of the boot process. Suppose your system is on button is the press. Next, the operating systems and all files and our programs are executed. The process is between the process and the desktop and between the process is the boot sector process. Suppose the boot sector virus is attacked in our computer, totally the process is affected. The file infection virus. The code virus is attached themselves .exe files, .diversity files. .diversity files means is the MS Word files. .exe files is the MS Excel files and the number of files. Compressed the files such as the zip or derived files, drive files. Okay. Next one, network files. Okay. Number of hardware devices interconnected to the transmission media you are created to the one network. Okay. Suppose uniquely created, the network viruses uniquely created and throughout local area network and generally across the internet as well as. Typical move within shared resources like drives and folders. Okay, affected to transmission media, affected to drivers and drives and folders. Suppose one time you attacked to the network viruses, you are lost number of data and important data. Okay. Next one is the polymorphic and viruses. Okay. Next one, polymorphic viruses. Look, the virus is the scanning program. The virus is the the created polymorphic virus. This virus are more difficult and defect by the scanning because the each copy of virus look at different than other copies. Next one, macroviruses. The infect program files, the macro in the program itself such as word processors, these are possible for damaging your computer. This viruses is the east to right spread very quickly. Next one is the Trojan viruses. This virus is actually destructive programs understand beginning the program which damage the system when it is executed in some situations like stealing a passwords or spreading a viruses. Next one, worm viruses. These viruses generally occur in internet applications and email is the forwarded to the receiver. It can also restrict certain types of files on the computer get relaxed from all viruses. We should use antivirus software like Avista, Kaspersky, EVZ, okay, McAfee and Northern. All viruses, all antiviruses are used. The virus is attacked in our computer, the damaged in our important data. Compulsory you are using antivirus softwares. Next one, email viruses. Generally this is the macro viruses which is the multiple by sending itself other contacts in your address book in hopes they will active the virus as well as. Generally the macro virus which is the multiple by sending and itself other contacts your address book, the hope they will active and viruses as well as. This is the total information about the different viruses. Okay. The viruses preventive techniques. Install licensed version antivirus softwares. Perform daily scanning. Suppose number of important data and important files and important images. You like important images. The data protected, the data is the scanning and every day and perform the daily scanning. Disable the auto run. Don't click email links attachments. Keep anti-malware applications is the current. Enable the firewall in computer. Okay, this is the total information about the viruses, different viruses. Suppose the virus is attacked in your system, compulsory damaged in your networking applications and important data and images and audios totally damaged in your system. Okay. Next one, what is web browser? Explain types of web browsers. The web browser is the interface. The help of the computer user gain the access all content with on the internet on the hard disk of the computer. It can be view of images and text documentation and audios and video files and games etc. More than one web browser can also install on single computer. The user can navigate through the files and folders and website with the help of the browsers. Okay. The server, the information, lot of information in the server, okay, connected to the internet. The browser is the identify the data, identify the files, identify the test documentation. Okay, this is the help of the browser. The website within the help of the browser. Okay. Next one, when the browser is used for the browsing web pages, it is the very important point. When the browser is used for the browsing web pages, the web page many contain certain links which can be opened in new browsers. Multiple tabs and windows of same browser can also open. There are 4 leading web browsers: Explorer, Firefox, Netscape and Safari, but there are many other browsers available. Okay. Next one, some web browsers are Netscape. Netscape is the one of the original web browser. This is the what Microsoft designed Internet Explorer to against. The Netscape is the IV Internet Explorer. This is the major portion of the browser in the market. Netscape was introduced in 1994. This is the clearly Netscape is the one of the original web browser and the what Microsoft designed Internet Explorer to compete against. This is use the Netscape and IV. Internet Explorer is the product from software against the Microsoft. This is the most commonly used browser in the universe. This was the introduced in 1995. Along the with Windows 95 launch and is the passed network is the popular in 1998. Okay, this is the introduced in 1995, the popular in 1998. Safari. Safari the web browser is the developed by the Apple, included in Mac OS X. It was the first released public beta in January 2003. Safari has very good support for the latest technology like XHTML, CSS2. This is the major important point is developed Apple this Safari is the developed in the Apple, included in Mac operating system. It was the first released published beta January 2003. This is a very good supported to the technology like XHTML and CSS2. Firefox. The Firefox is the new browser derived from the Mozilla Firefox. It was released in 2004 and has the grown and second most popular browser in internet. The first most popular browser is Internet Explorer. The second most popular browser is Firefox. Opera. Opera is the smaller and faster than most other browsers. It the full featured, fast, user friendly, keyboard interface, multiple windows, zoom functions and more. Java and non-Java enabled versions available. Java versions is the enabled and non-Java versions is the enabled. Available of the version. Ideal for the newcomers to internet. The school children handicap and the front and the CD-ROM are the CD-ROMs. Google Chrome. This is the web browser was developed to the Google. Its beta and commercial version was released September 2008 for the Microsoft Windows. It is as soon become the fourth most widely used web browser with market share 1.23%. The browser version for Mac OS X are under development. The browser options are very similar to Safari. The setting locations are similar to Internet Explorer 7 and the Windows designing is based on Windows Vista. This is the Google Chrome information. Okay, next one, Conqueror. This is the newest browser. Conqueror is the open source web browser with HTML 4.01 and supported to Java applets and JavaScript, CSS1 and CSS 2.1 as well as Netscape plugins that works as the file manager as well as supported to the basic file management and local Unix file systems from the simple cut and copy paste operations and advanced remote local and networking file browsing. You can download the latest version of browser, click Conquer. Linux, LYNX is a fully featured worldwide web browser. Uses on Unix, VMS and other platform running cursor, addressable and character cell terminals on emulators. Next one, Vivaldi. The customization focused web browser puts you in total control. It allows you control and change the look and feel your browser. You can even way to interact with your browsers. User data privacy one of the primary goals of the browser. Avasta secure browser. The browser made secure in mind. The developed to Avasta, one of the best antiviruses application developer and secured experts and out other. It is not a just secured but fast as well as. Tor browser. The Tor browser is the less you defined yourself and keep protected yourself against the tracking. And it is the more just browser. It offers a whole sort of online security tools. Tor browser is a non-profit organization with the mission and private access of uncensored web for everyone. The browser offers all basics, features like a tab and browsing, advanced privacy and security features, keep it safe. Next one, Maxthon. This is the extremely fast secure browser offer various house features development by the parent company. It comes with ad blocker by the default, offers and a decided radar mode. This is the night mode, screen mode capture. Next browser is Brave browser. The relatively new web browser put your privacy and security first. It is based on Chromium project, the same as Chromium. It is also open source project and built by the team privacy focused, performance oriented of the web. It is the core blocks ads and tracking cookies, any other kind of surveillance. This is the Brave browser. How to choose best browser for your use? This is the number of privileges you should like for the 5 basic categories wise axis of the web browsers. The first one, speed. The web browser should render web pages in no items. It should be lightning fast. The privacy and security. It should offer data privacy features and should have security side for the various malwares. The basic browsing features, tabbed browsing and bookmarks, manager, autofill and auto search for the addressing bar, downloading manager one click, clear browsing catch of the cookies of remote ads. Extension and plugins. Should offer repository of various extensions developed by third parties, updated and supported. The developer should support and develop of the web browser for the long term and should provide frequent update to improve security and prevents. This is the total information about browsers and viruses. Okay, I clearly explain and each topic and viruses. The virus is the full form of virus. Okay, the full form of virus, the vital information resources undertaking. The virus is the latent mode, it means poison. Adolf Meyer described the first time diseases of tobacco plant. This is a Russian botanist in 1892. Experimentally in the sap of tobacco plant is the capable of inducing of diseases of healthy tobacco plant after had been passed through bacteria-proof filter. This is the only the information about the viruses. Indicated the effective agent of similar than any known of bacteria, so he was the first give the clear-cut evidence of virus. Dutch microbiologist in 1898 confirmed abbreviation of Avaniki and named infection fluid evident from the diseases tobacco plant. Okay, contained the and referred to viruses. Different types of viruses, simple viruses and encrypted viruses and boot sector viruses and file infective viruses. Okay, simple virus. This type of virus is that get activated when the program launched. Okay, this is the cycling the continuous up to end of the task. This application is the jump to one location to another location using the affect the computer. Suppose the activated this virus, launched this virus, the application jump into different environment keeping. Encrypt the virus is the disturb the code of programming. This is the major important point. Disturb the code of programming. The boot sector viruses. The target is the boot sector hard drives and crucial effects of boot processing. The file infection viruses. The code viruses is the attach themselves .exe and .doc files. Compress the files such as zip and drive files. The file infection virus. Network viruses. Uniquely created to quickly spread throughout the local areas and network is the generally across the internet as well as. Network is the different types of network, local area network, metropolitan area network and wide area network and personal area network and number of networks are. Suppose the network with the virus is the attack. The network is generally across the internet as well as. The polymorphism virus. The virus is the scanning programs. The virus is the created polymorphic viruses. Macroviruses infect the program files and use macros in the program itself, such as word processors. This is the responsible for the damage of computer. This virus is the east right of spread very quickly. Trojan viruses. This virus is the actually destructive programming which standard has been program is a damaged system. Okay, when the execute some situations like stealing password or spreading the viruses, worms viruses. Suppose affect the any viruses in our computer, compulsory you want antiviruses. All viruses is the Avista virus, Kaspersky virus and McAfee viruses and Norton viruses and all viruses. Any one virus in our system, installed in our system, the product the system, the product in our system. Next one, email viruses. Generally, this is the macro viruses which is the multiple sending infective on the contact our addresses book. I hope they will active the viruses as well as. The preventive techniques. The first one is licensed version antivirus software. Perform the daily scanning. The antivirus software installed in our system, the first scan all files and all drives and daily scanning. Disable to auto run. Don't click email linking attachments. Keep anti-malware and applications is the current. Enable to firewall in computers. That is the various prevent technology. What is the web browser? The web browser is the interface, help the computer user again the access to all content the internet hard disk of the computer. The web browser can also installed in our single computer. The user navigate the files and folders and websites and the help of the browser. When the browser used browsing the web pages, this is the important point. The pages may contain the certain links and can open a new browser. Multiple tabs and windows of the same browser can also open. There are 4 leading web browsers: Explorer, Firefox and Netscape and Safari. Many other browsers are available. Okay. Next one, The browsers, number of browsers are Netscape and Internet Explorer and Mozilla Firefox and Opera and Google Chrome. The first one is the Netscape. The major important point is the original web browser. This was the micro designing Internet Explorer. This is the major portion of the browser marketing. Netscape is introduced in 1994. Internet Explorer the provides software against the Microsoft is most commonly used to the browser universe. Introduced in 1995, along the Windows 95 launch passed to the 1998. Next one, Safari. Safari is the browser is developed by Apple and including Mac OS, Mac operating system. The first released public beta on January 2003, and Safari is the very good supported latest technology like XHTML and CSS2. Firefox. The Firefox is a new browser derived from Mozilla. It was released in 2004 and has grown to be second most popular browser on internet. The Opera is the smaller and faster than most other browsers, and it the fully features the fast user friendly with keyboard and multiple windows and zoom. Next one, Google Chrome. This is the web browsers was developed to the Google. It is the commercial versions of released to the September 2008 for the Microsoft Windows. It's the some fourth most widely. The marketing share is the 1.23%. The browser version is the Mac operating system under development. The browser options similar to Safari. The setting location to the similar Internet Explorer 7 and Windows designing based of Windows Vista. Okay, this is the total information about viruses and types of viruses and web browser and different types of web browser.